It was a routine mammogram back in 2020 that altered the course of life for Seattle nutritionist and mom Deborah. Hearing the words, "you have breast cancer," was shocking, as were the procedures and treatment, including a mastectomy and reconstruction that followed. But 5 years later, and believing God had plans for her, she started the website and podcast called Why Did I Get Cancer? And you join me now. Thank you for being here. But I know we should be saying welcome back to New Day. It's been years, but you used to, come on, and you were on back with host Margaret Larson, who we love.
Right, back in the day when the show first started. So it's great to be back. Beautiful set, and wonderful to meet you, Kelly.
So amazing to meet you. And you've been in the health field for 30 years, I understand it. And so you know how to prevent cancer. So tell me about it when you actually got that diagnosis yourself.
Yeah, so I've done my entire life, I have made sure I've taken all the steps to not get diagnosed with cancer, from eating a very plant-based diet, organic, non-GMO, you name it, to exercising, running half marathons, meditating. So when I got that phone call of, hey, you've got an abnormal mammogram, and I thought, it's gonna be fine. I get them all the time. If you have dense breasts, you're more likely to have an abnormal mammogram. So then I get the call that, we're so sorry you have cancer. And I was on the phone, I said, you know what, you got the wrong person. And I literally dropped the phone and I went for a walk. Because I was mad. I was so mad, and my husband's there, and he picks up the phone, and he's like, oh my gosh, my wife has cancer? Yes. So I was shocked. I couldn't believe it, and it just didn't fit the narrative I had for my life.
Absolutely. Like when you said you do everything right.
Right.
And you're like, no, this is a wrong number. There's no way.
Right.
Did you do conventional treatment, or what did that treatment process look like?
Great question. And I think when you hear the C word, and I had almost zero experience with cancer. I really didn't even have anybody in my life, and almost no family history. So when you hear the C word, you just want it out. You want it eradicated out of your body. And also I had this piece inside of me, not P-E-A-C-E, but like this piece inside of me is saying, I don't want my life to change. I don't want to have to be at the hospital 3 days a week. I like my life. So you just want it gone. Yeah. You just want it gone. So I did go the conventional route until I didn't, because I felt like I did 2 lumpectomies. They couldn't get the cancer out, so then we had to do a mastectomy. But then they also wanted to put me on a lot of medication. And I did my research and I did my due diligence, and I realized the medication wasn't normally used in the type that I had. It was just kind of this falling into this kind of big pharma and the system. So I, at that point, engaged a naturopath oncologist.
Okay.
And she helped me navigate the rest of my treatment.
So really being an advocate for yourself and making your own decision, I imagine, is important.
It is really important. And also listening to that inner voice inside of you. It is so easy to get caught up, and you need to be at this appointment and that appointment, and you just get caught up into the system. And one thing I have learned from my naturopath oncologist, it's okay to pump the brakes. Maybe you don't pump the brakes for 6 months, but pump the brakes, get your head on straight, go for a lot of walks, talk to other people who are experts in this field, but maybe have a different focus versus just, medical, like big Western medicine, and listen to that inner voice.
Gosh, so important. And when you're looking back, like you said, you feel like you did everything right. Is there anything you can think about that you might have done differently?
Kelly, so this is the one that I think I struggle with the most, is mindset. And I'm a really positive person, but I will tell you that I have struggled in my life with forgiveness. And one thing, again, I have learned through some amazing guests on my podcast is that unforgiveness has to go somewhere.
Wow.
I know.
That's so powerful.
It's so powerful. Unforgiveness has to go somewhere. And when you forgive the other person, you're not doing it for them. You're doing it for you.
Right.
And that's where that inner peace comes from. And when you have inner peace, you have lower levels of cortisol.
Good point.
You have lower levels of inflammation. All these things that can happen inside your body. When you have a positive mindset and you're grateful and you're happy, I mean, I don't force you to be happy, but
No.
there's always things we can be grateful for.
Definitely. And do you feel like that's kind of what cancer has taught you then, to be a little more grateful and to
Yes.
forgive? I feel like that's something, we could all
do it, because there are
in.
times I'm just like, okay, God, is there somebody I'm supposed to forgive today? Because maybe I want to hang on to it, but hanging on to it is not a gift to me. And I look at it this way. So when you put somebody in jail, you have to be the warden, which means you're walking around and you're marching around making sure that person stays in the jail. So it's all on you, and they don't even know they're in jail.
And I want to ask how you're doing now, of course. I'm sure viewers are wondering.
Yes, so I am cancer-free. I'm as cancer-free as an oncologist will ever tell you that you're cancer-free.
Yay.
But I will say that the mastectomy has been hard. I just had my reconstruction failed, my first reconstruction. So on February 5th, I had to get another reconstruction. And it has been challenging. So I'm still getting surgeries. I just had my 5th.
Gosh.
In 4 years.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we're so happy to hear that you are cancer-free.
Thank you. Me
and
too.
your podcast, I want to get to that. Why
Yes.
did I get cancer? Tell me about this.
So when I was, I've been on the show for a long time. I've been in this field for a long time. And I thought, after I got cancer, I thought, who's going to listen to me now? I go on TV and I tell people, eat this, eat that, do this, and it's going to lower your risk of cancer. And are people going to say to me, yeah, but why did you get cancer? And that was my question to every oncologist. Why did I get cancer? I was an early adopter of no deodorants with aluminum and living a toxin-free life. And I was just on my knees one day and I just was like, Lord, what's next? And I really felt that still small voice inside that said, go look up the website, Why Did I Get Cancer?
Yeah.
And I Googled it and it was still available.
Meant to be.
Meant to be. So I've started a podcast 4 years ago. It's in the top 3% globally.
Amazing.
Which is crazy. And I have the most amazing guests on. And I learn something every week.
Thank you. Thank you so much for being here. This was so amazing. And I'm going to listen to that podcast. And you can all listen to episodes from Deb's podcast, Why Did I Get Cancer, wherever you find your podcasts. Thanks for spending time with us today. You can check out our website for more of our content. And you can always send us an email to share your thoughts. Don't forget to enjoy your new day. And we'll see you next time.